Little babies. Little babies. Just lay down, honey. Sleep it off.
Pull him back. He'll lay down. No, I mean, like, just pull his head back.
That's what I was.
Welcome in, guys. How's everybody doing today? If you're watching the replay on YouTube, head up, hit that follow button. We would truly, truly appreciate that, guys. We are here with Bowser the Boxer, and we are here with Bella the Boxer. And I realized that we didn't put anything in the line group, so take that.
Bowser snowed, guys.
Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Ann from Colorado. Yes, guys, Bowser is snowed. Can you leave him alone this morning? Bowser is snowed this morning. Bowser's gotten his new meds. Okay. Guys, hold on a second. Bella, I don't understand.
I got nothing.
Get your big ass up here. Sorry, guys. We're having Bella problems. Can you just lay down? Hi. Welcome in, Ocean. Welcome in, Janet. Welcome in, Tyler. Sorry, guys.
Missouri.
Bella's being super extra this morning after she's got all her morning snuggles. Bowser got his new med, so he is snowed. He can barely walk. We had to carry him outside to go potty because of his new meds.
We won't be doing so he gets so of the Ace Promazine, guys, that he has been on for weeks. He was getting a 3/4 of a tab, and now he's getting 1.5 tabs. And you guys, we gave it to him at 4 a.m. It's like knocking him on his socks. And so I think...
But that's what the doctor wants.
But he's also just peeing when he stands.
That's okay.
It's not.
He's sleeping. And they said a sleeping puppy is a healing puppy. Right, buddy boy? Hi. Oh, are you just going to come lay on Dad? Oh, my goodness, guys. Look at this. Bowser boy. You're just so tired.
It should be starting to wear off.
He's so tired. Can we go lay down?
He literally crawled off the couch and then just tumbled to the floor, and I was like, yeah, that's...
So, guys, we wanted to show everybody this. We've got 140 friends on. So we created this link chain here, and this is... We're going to leave this up through the holidays. So this is everybody who has either donated to Bowser's care through either the GoFundMe, through Venmo or PayPal or Cash App. And so anybody that sends donations to that, we will be adding a link to it. And as it's going down, we appreciate and love all of that support that Bowser has received. So far, Bowser's care has cost us $26,000. And so we truly, truly, truly appreciate that. And I think there's a couple more that you didn't add. I was still looking them up on my phone, people's names that we needed to add to it.
Oh, hold on. So, guys, ultimately, this just kind of shows the ongoing love and support. Like, we are so grateful for everyone that has donated, that has shared, but, like, I just wanted to bring a visual to kind of show through the holidays, like, how amazing this community is. And so this was my idea. And how perfect that it's red, green, and white.
Welcome in, Brittany. Welcome in, Georgie. Hello from Georgia. Guys, who's going to be that first person to head up, hit that follow button, and support these two beautiful pups, especially Bowser in his road to recovery. Head up, hit that follow button. Guys, we hit a massive goal earlier this week. We got to 15K followers on this platform. It was truly amazing. We are up to almost 600 followers on IG as we started doing more stuff over there. We are up to over 2K followers on YouTube. So we truly, truly appreciate all that love and support. Good morning, Ocean.
I don't really know what to do with PayPal or with Cash App.
Let me see. That's all I was trying to do. Guys, give me just a second.
All right, guys, drop your states into the comment section while he's looking at some of those. I want to make sure I have everybody listed up here so far that has donated.
No, we did that one. We have to do the other one.
If you donate while live, we'll call you out and add you.
Did you get Hannah? Hannah did.
I got Hannah on GoFundMe. Did she do an
Yep, she did another one on Venmo. Okay. So again, guys, thank you so much. Let me get caught up in those comments. I'm going to try to move him, guys, so he can get comfortable.
I'll try. Hold on.
Well, are you going to be able to pick him up? All right. Tyler, welcome in. Hello, Bowser. Ocean's actually home today. Well, Ocean, that's good. I'm glad you got some time off. Hold on a second, guys. You're going to try to pick him up? Guys, he's literally like dead weight.
Dead.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Right here, buddy. Ready? just like that.
There you go.
Guys, I'm really hoping this wears off a little bit.
And this is what happens. Bella, leave him alone.
Oh, she's all right. So
Morning, Susie. Welcome in. Donna, thank you so much for that heart me. We appreciate that. Karen, how is he doing? Karen, he's doing great so far. He is snowed this morning. He is that. Karen, how is he doing? Karen, he's doing great so far. He is snowed this morning. He is sleeping. Then there's Bella. Guys, look at the chain. The chain is growing. So we are pretty excited to start this. Of course,
I would love to see it go completely around the room. How cool that would be.
Yes, Ocean said that's right. A sleeping boy is a healing boy.
It is, but for anybody that's been here a minute with us, a lethargic puppy is also a scary puppy to us, and so it's given me all of like the mom anxiety. But even though I know that I've snowed him, like I am the reason I did it.
Anna, welcome in. All right, guys, drop those dates. We are looking for 50 Fritz. Can we not lick our Weezers?
Hey, no thank you.
No thank you. People,
we're going to get a bath in a little while.
Hey.
You want your cone back on?
Guys, he gave that look like you, bitch. Like, I'm not about that life. Welcome in, Maria from Idaho.
Welcome, welcome.
Danny has such a big heart, Susie says. Donna says, cute idea. Used to have a corgi named Bowser. You have such a precious baby. Thanks. We appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm trying to get caught up. Love the video that you had the pictures in. Dooley, yeah, we had to make 2 videos last night, guys. I'm trying to figure out if I use a third-party app, if I can get everybody's picture on one. So I think...
Do you like CapCut?
No. That's not how that works.
Okay.
And so I think I'm going to see if I can do a third-party app to try to do that. So it went great. We had over, like, I think 40 pictures last night of everybody's babies. Like, we gained about 20 new followers on IG, so that was pretty exciting. Guys, we don't have a single new follower this morning, so if you're new in here, head up, hit that follow button, support Bowser and his journey and his sister who's always stressed out. Guys, look at his claw marks going down his side. He is seriously...
His tiger stripes.
His tiger stripes. He fought a bear and he won, guys. That's the story we're going to go with. Brittany's from Virginia. Dooley is from Massachusetts. Ashley is from Michigan. Donna's from Georgia. Mandy's from Michigan.
Okay. Got caught up. Sorry, that was scary.
Welcome in, Lori. Des is from Montana.
Ooh, that's not one I get
Yes.
often.
Jenna, yes, he does have all of his drains out. He has all the tubes out. He has all of his staples out. All of his stitches are out. He's in the recovery process. However, his cernoma is still bigger than what the doctor wants, and they're worried about him blowing that out. So they gave him more meds to snow him more to help him kind of relax.
Ultimately, guys, that incision can't he wants to. It cannot finish healing until...
Hi, baby boy.
It can't finish healing while they're still swelling. He's so tired, you guys. It's terrible, but it's so good.
Yes, he is exhausted. Ashley is from Michigan. Susie from Iowa. Hey, Tyson, welcome in from New York. We might have to change up how we do things, guys. Shannon from Rhode Island. Chaos says he looks amazing. Good morning, Jennifer. Jenna's from Vermont. VT, Vermont, yep. Right? Vermont. Woohoo! Learning my states, guys. We'll have a little geography lesson here in a minute.
Do I mean to go get the stand?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe if we just set that up and then we kind of just chill back like we used to back in the day. Maybe if he's going to be so sleepy, guys. Just kind of bear with us while we try to figure things out.
I get this out. You know that, right?
Yes, he is recovering well. He is just a beautiful baby. Thanks, Cass, for that love and player. Welcome in, Melissa. Guys, give it just a second. Danny's running downstairs to see if she can get the stand. And we're going to try to prop that up like we used to because he is such a sleepy boy and he wants to sit on Dad's lap that right now it's kind of hard. So just bear with us for a second. And you just a daddy's boy. Puck, the pup posse, welcome in. Joy, thank you for that lightning bolt. We truly appreciate that. Yes, Donna, he just needs his dad. Melissa with that subscription. Melissa, thank you so much. Nothing makes me more happier than when someone subscribes to the channel. Melissa, if you haven't done so already, Obviously, you haven't just subscribed. Send us a private message, and we can get you added to our line group of positive, supportive people if that's something you're interested in. It's available for all of our subscribers. Robert's from Kansas. It's like us. We heal better when we rest. Yes, exactly,
And that's
Ocean.
what they said. Like, he's got to. Right here.
No, let's try. Oh, that's going to be way too high. But I'm wondering if I just... Guys, bear with us for a second. This is going to be a train wreck. So hold on. I'm going to pick him up, and I'm just going to move over there.
You think? Is that where you're going to go?
I mean, that's kind of was the... I mean, I don't have to, but that was kind of what my thought was.
He looks so cozy right there, Dad.
Oh, so we're just going to leave him right there?
And can you see that okay?
I can.
Okay, and then I can just help from the other.
All right. So...
I need to get the... Let me get the light on, or no?
No, it's fine. I don't know, guys. We're surviving at this point right now with this baby boy. His new meds are kicking his butt. Welcome in, Amy. How are you doing? Guys, don't forget to drop those states. And then if you're new here, hit that follow button. We would truly, truly appreciate it. Like I said, guys, we got about 35 photos yesterday on IG from everybody with all of those sending their pictures of all the beautiful babies. I had to make 2 videos, so we were pretty excited about that. Again, Melissa, thank you so much for that subscription.
Oh,
that's super exciting.
Melissa.
Good morning, Trinity. Guys, drop your states into that comment section and continue tapping that screen. You're going to tap over there like they could see you?
Yeah.
Continue tapping that screen. We truly appreciate it. We had to have a second surgery. He got his foot stuck in the cone. Blood everywhere. Complications, fluid. Oh, my goodness.
Who's that?
Puck the Pup Posse.
Good Lord.
Hand me that green blanket. The peeps of the internet thinks that he needs a blanket to cover up with.
Hear him snoring. And I can't post our GoFundMe in the actual live, can I?
Yeah, I think so. Good morning, Elise. So Bella's over there.
Being her boo,
She's living her best life, guys. He is just...
eye slit.
He is just struggling this morning. So, actually, can you drop this down just a little bit more here? That's it, right there.
Is that the spot?
Things over here like a bobblehead. Welcome in, Melissa from Georgia. So, guys, Bowser's definitely... This is awkward. But did you just need to sleep? Is the struggle real for a beautiful puppy?
If you move and just bring the phone and say here, do you think he'll stay there?
Maybe. Not sure, guys. We had like a whole thing planned this morning of like what we were gonna do, the whole thing, but
Links and
yeah, Melissa, he's snoring, he's out. Cody, thank you so much for that, Heart Me. We appreciate that.
puppy ASMR this morning.
Wish we could get him just to go lay over there. But that's the thing, as soon as we lay him over there, like Bella gets up.
Yeah. If you go lay there first, and then I move him to you. Should we pause and get him to join and then restart?
I mean, we can kind of see, but...
He does love his daddy.
You guys hear him snoring?
Well, daddy's warm. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So, to continue with our amazing linked chain. Oh, I can't. I can't get the GoFundMe to download.
Can't you?
It's telling me it's too many characters. See if I can go find it. Please hold, guys. We're getting there.
Jennifer says Bowser snoring is still my husband. That's kind of funny. Look at Bella. She's mad now. She's like, look at her. She just went and turned and looked away from everybody.
Everybody's so just.
Guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get him comfortable on the couch, and then we'll restart the live here. Sorry for the inconvenience. Where did we buy the green blanket? I don't know.
Amazon, probably.
Probably. Guys, the wife has a shopping problem.
We've had that blanket for years.
Yeah, and just more just keeps showing up.
I haven't bought anything in a while.
Guys, drop your states into that comment section. If you're from Florida, say Florida. If you're from California, say California. If you're from the constant state of anxiety, ooh, guys, look, I can do this. You're in the constant state of anxiety. Me too. But we can vibe together. I got you.
Can we vibe together?
I got you. You and me. Me and you. I got you. Jennifer is from Louisiana. Welcome in. All Things Language is from Mississippi. Or Massachusetts. Stacy's from Missouri. Welcome in from Missouri. Guys, continue dropping those states into that comment section. And who's going to be that first person that's going to hit that follow button today? We need all the new friends to help support Bowser Boy in his journey of recovery. Bowser started Bowser doubled his med from yesterday, so he's, needless to say, Bowser is snowed today.
Yeah, so the Ace Promazine is now doubled, and then he was also started on Clonidine. We have to
They can't take both of them. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can take one or the other, and they want him basically sleeping or groggy all the time. Well, he's so groggy, he peed on himself. He struggled, like we had to pick him up to carry him outside. So it's trying to figure. The doctor said we can give one or the other. So it's trying to figure out what med works best because they want him snowed, but it's like as a pup parent, like it makes us nervous that he's a little too snowed. Stacy, so as long as we're watching him and we're with him, he doesn't need the cone on, is what the doctor said. So as long as he's not, like licking or anything like that, he can have the cone off, which we prefer because A, he's weaponized the cone to ram us with, and B,
yes, he has.
He is just so much more snuggly. Welcome in, yes, poor baby. How many people, guys? We got 49 friends in here, 50 friends in here. How many people don't know Bowser's story? And thank you so much to, where was that? All Thing Language with that follow. We do truly appreciate that. Stacy, he does look better. All of his staples out. All of his stitches are out. So let's get a me in the chat if you guys don't know Bowser's story. So everybody put a me in the chat if you don't know baby Bowser's story. Christina with those dolphins. Thank you so much for those dolphins. We appreciate that. Are you an English teacher, sir? Just wondering. Nah, man. I'm almost illiterate. It's actually the polar. It could not.
That was the most.
It could not be so much far from the polar opposite of that. Like, I'm dyslexic and ADHD. English was my class. Guys, funny story that in college, I had to, like, originally I went to school for nursing, which when you go to school for nursing, you have to, like, the grade system is completely different. Like, you have to have higher grades. So, like, what would be considered like a B in normal school would be a 3. Well, in nursing school, it's like a 3.4 is considered a B. And so the grades are so much higher. And so I took English 101 and got a 2 point. Took English 101 again, got a 2.5. Took English 102, got a 2.5. I'm like, this is stupid. Mind you, it's funny. Even with my terrible grades in English, I graduated college with a 3.85, which is just a miracle because English is terrible.
I think college it's just different. Like it's.
Well, I had to figure out a plan, and when I was young and 18 and just reckless, it's not ready yet.
I'm just trying to.
It's 11:30.
You know how to read a clock. Go look at the clock. And so in college, like, it was a struggle. So basically, I kind of had to come up with a plan where, like, I write a paper, someone checks it over with me, and then so on and so forth. Burris' belly scoped back in June. He was 6 millimeters. They had to sedate him. He was honestly scarred. And that's, like this new sedation is just crazy. Michelle doesn't know the story. Thank you so... All right. So, guys, Scarter doesn't know the story. All right, guys. So, all the new friends in here, head up, hit that follow button, and I will kind of go into Bowser's story. Melissa says, love this. What's that?
Susie, thank you so much for that donation to our Venmo. We truly appreciate all of that love and support.
So,
and
come over here so people can see you. So, come over here.
Okay.
All right, guys, hold on a second. The wife's joining the frame. So go ahead with what just...
Susie, thank you so much for that donation to our Venmo. I'm going to work on getting your additional link on our chain. We truly appreciate all your love and support.
Yes, guys. So as of right now, I will share Bowser's story into the chat. So right now, so far, just to kind of give a quick rundown. Sorry, words are hard this morning, guys. Rundown of like Bowser's story. So as of right now, thank you, Susie. So Susie, we will be adding you link to the chain up there. As of right now, Bowser has his treatment has cost $26,000. He's had 3 major surgeries. He has been to the vet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times now. He has he's got 3 different incision points, 3 scars, 3 drain tubes. So guys, I'm gonna go through Bowser Boy's story. So you guys got a second? It takes me about 10 minutes to kind of run through the whole story for this beautiful puppy. So head up, hit that follow button.
That's a quick version.
We would truly, truly appreciate that. So let's check one more time how many new people are in here, because I don't want to share the story if it's just everybody that's been in here for a while. So say me in the chat if you don't know Bowser's story. Bowser snoring is so relaxing. Viola says, thank you so much.
Like, he's so cozy, too.
Charlotte with that follow, thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate that. All right, all things me. Caitlin doesn't know. All right, guys, so I'm going to go into Bowser's story. So, Caitlin, thank you so much for the follow. So, it's probably been 6 weeks now, if I had to guess. So, about 6 weeks ago, Bowser started getting really lethargic, started getting tired, wasn't eating well, wasn't sleeping well. Overall, was just kind of not being himself. Walked with this really bad, like, hunch in his back. So we took him to our primary vet up here to like an emergency appointment. Danny's like, hey, I need to take him in. I'm like, okay, like let me take the morning off too and I'll go with you. We'll take him in, we'll get him checked out. So at that point, we take him to our vet here. It's an emergency vet appointment. So right away, it was like $200, $300 right away.
Like, yeah.
And so we explain all the symptoms. Like he has we believe he's like warm. He's hot to the touch. He's got this hunch. He's limping. And there's a few other symptoms, but I can't remember right off the top. So at this point...
Those were the big ones. Like, he wouldn't move.
Yes. So at this point, they give him... Or they run x-rays, and they said he's either got a growth plate / joint disorder, or he's got a bone disorder. And we're really hoping for the bone disorder, because if it's a bone disorder, then we could just he'll grow out of it in, like what they say, 6 months. Mm-hmm. If it's a growth plate disorder, then he'll grow out of it in about 20 months. And so they run that. They're like, we think he has Hodg's disease. They send us home with gabapentin and anti-inflammatories. So over the next 8 days, he progressively gets worse. He's continuing to limp. He's continuing not to be himself. He's eating, but not much. Like he's struggling to go outside to go to the bathroom. Overall, he's really decreasing in his functioning. He can't jump off the couch. And so fast forward 8 days. Now, throughout this process, the vet's called like, how is he doing? Is he getting any better? Is he feeling any better? And we're like, nope, he's not feeling better. He's actually kind of getting worse. They're like, well, increase his gabapentin to 3 times a day. So we continue doing that. He's still not feeling better. So fast forward 8 days since when we went to the vet. Danny gets home, guys, and this is where like it goes horrible. Danny gets home for the vet, and I shit you not, guys, he has a softball-sized mass. Look at my hands. So I am 6'3", I have big hands. So he has a mass on his side this big. What would you guys do if you got home and your pup had a mass this size? I'm talking about a softball-sized mass on his size. I mean, this thing was just massive. I mean, it might even be bigger. Like, it was close. Maybe this is just dramatic, but I felt like bowling ball-sized mass on his side.
So big.
Danny calls me panicking, screaming, crying. Like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, listen, I work an hour away. Like, I'm on my way home. We'll figure this out. I get home. I was like, let's not panic and overreact. I took my pre-workout. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to work out. After I work out, I'll come back upstairs and we'll go from there. I come back upstairs like 45 minutes later, and like I swear, it's bigger. And so Danny calls the vet that we had taken into previously and said, hey, like there's this mass now. Like not only is he showing all these symptoms, but there's this massive mass. Like something's not right. Like what is going on with our dog? And they're like, well, if you're concerned, it could be a bee sting. It could be a bug bite.
It's crazy.
It could be something like, because we took some pictures and sent them to them. And they kind of really blew us off. They're like, if you're concerned, take him to like an emergency vet, which really annoyed us. So Danny's like, I'm concerned. So she calls the emergency vet in Midland. And they're like, based on what you're kind of saying, this seems like it's too much for us. So we encourage you to take him to MSU in Lansing, as like they're more equipped to be able to deal with like these type of emergencies. They have more resources available to them all the time. So we rush him down to MSU in Lansing. We get there at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. We get there at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. We then have to sit there for like 4 hours. Then they come and take him and they start running like a gambit of tests. And like, so guys, at this point, I'm going to call up with the comments and then I will continue the story. Charlotte, welcome in from Alabama. Jackie Prayers, welcome in from California. Thank you so much, Jackie. Sarah, hey, Sarah, how are you doing? Sarah's from Florida. Welcome in. Crafty, good morning. Crafty, we were on last night. Were we on last night? Yeah, we were on last night.
We were on Thursday.
We didn't go Thursday. So, at this point, guys, if anybody's new here, head up and hit that follow button. I need one person to hit that follow button to give us 5 followers for this live. We truly, truly appreciate.
And don't forget to drop those states into the
Let's see if we can get to 5 followers so far in the live. So who's going to be that person? One person hit that follow button, and then I'll continue that story. Hold on. So now we're at the vet. They run all kinds of tests. At this point, it's like 2:30 in the morning. They come out and they get us, and they're like, listen, we need to keep him overnight. We're going to lance the mass and drain it. We're going to run some tests. We'll run a CT scan tomorrow, and we'll call you guys with like what we think needs to happen. So the next day, they call us, and they're like, listen, we need to do we ran a CT scan. Like, there's fluid pockets in there. We need to do emergency surgery. And so like, you need to come back. You need to pay for half of it. So the estimate was $10,000 to $15,000 for the first surgery. And so, okay, he's sleeping so hard. I'm going to see if I can move him and get the camera.
Yeah?
Okay.
You want me to move?
Yes. Okay. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to see if I can move him. Like, he is a hot box. I'm a hot box. Hold on just a second. All right, guys. Stare at Bella for a second.
There's the princess, guys. There she is. Brandon's moving the pups. Say hi, Bella. Sarah Bowser's home. He's been home for weeks. He's right there. Brandon's moving him. If he's that hot, honey, I wouldn't keep covering him up.
He needs it, Mama. All right, you can take that off. Hand it to me.
Yeah, so his temp is, I mean...
Oh, I got it. To me.
Yeah, so his temp is, I mean...
Oh, I got it.
He's not feverish.
All right, guys, sorry. Gosh, my hair's off the chain this morning, guys. You bonked him in the nose, Mom. Jeez. All right, guys. So, yeah, his temp's okay. So he gets hot when he's all snuggly like that, and
Brandon's hot.
And I'm hot. So yes, like
everybody's hot.
They said, like, if we take his temperature and he has a fever, that we need to wait a couple hours and then retake it again because
taking it, guys.
It takes time for it. So, but it's not a temperature. He's just a warm body, and I'm a warm body. Like, I feel like I run a fever all the time. Like, we sleep with the window partially open, like in the winter, because I get so hot in the bedroom. It's like the best thing ever. So, where did I leave off in the story? So, yes, surgery on, I don't even remember the first time we went down there. But yeah, so he has to, guys, continue tapping that screen. Let's see if we can get up to 7K likes in just a minute. Yes, thanks, All Things Language. Actually, I'm just going to call you Deb because I see Deb's in there and that's easier for me. So at this point, we drive back down there. They say we have to sign off for surgery because that's the only option at this point. And Dani's in there talking to the surgeon, and I just walk out of the room. And I literally call my credit card company and say, hey, I need you guys to increase what our max amount is, because we've been able to increase the amount for a long time, but there was never a need to do it. So increase their credit card. We go in. Dani's like mad at me. She's like, where'd you go? I'm like, I had to increase the credit card so we could actually pay for the surgery. She's like, okay, that makes sense. And then
just like dipped out, guys.
Just dipped out with the middle
of
of the surgeon. Because again, priorities, like you had to, like things needed to be done. And so at that point, they did the surgery later that we went, because we were trying to stay in town because we wanted to see him after surgery. But basically they told us.
Second surgery.
Was that the second one? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then we went home. They completed the surgery. Everything went well. And so those that are new in here, let me show you this picture. So we were able to see Bowser the second day after surgery. And this is the picture for those who haven't seen it. I know a lot of the people have been in here for a while, but give me just a second while I find this picture and I will show you guys, because after the first surgery, it was crazy, guys. Like like the amount of tubes and everything. Oh, honey, the picture's too far away and I can't. So you'll have to send it to me on my phone. I'll have to re-download it. All right, guys. So Danny's going to have to re-download the picture and send it to me.
It's too far away.
Yeah, because you can only scroll back so far.
Okay.
You have too many pictures up. So, see ya, Jennifer. We will catch you later. Thank you so much for all of that support. Jawanda, welcome in. Darlene from Kentucky, welcome in, Darlene. Guys, we need one person to hit that follow button. We would truly appreciate that to get us to 5 followers for that live as I continue telling Bowser's story. Guys, the real story, when people ask me in the future, I'm just going to tell everybody that he fought off a pack of wolves and to save Bella. Like, that's the real story I'm going to tell everybody. I mean, look at this beautiful baby. So then at this point, he went in. Darlene, thank you so much for that follow. He had to have his first surgery. So his surgery, I wish I could remember what day that was. So he had surgery. He was inpatient at that point for 8 days. He was on a feeding tube. He was on a chest tube. He had a tube on his side. Doesn't she look adorable? This is what she does, guys. She'll be bougie and she'll go hide in the corner. She likes to sit up in the corners of places. So then we brought him home. He was home for 3 to 4 days. At this process, we thought things were going well. However, this is where things start to go awry. He again starts walking with that massive hunch in his back. He starts getting feeling hot to the touch. He starts not eating again. He starts getting lethargic. He starts not being able to get off the couch. Like all the things that starts to go bad. And so Dani was working from home this day, and she calls me. It's like 11 o'clock, panicking, freaking out, screaming, "Brandon, the fluid in his side is back. Like, I don't know what to do." And I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." She's like, "It's back." She calls the doctor. The doctor's like, "You need to rush him back because the fluid's now back. Not quite the softball size, but the fluid's back on his side where the original surgery was at." And so she's like, "You need to come home." So I at this point, I go and I have a conversation with my supervisor.
So surgery was October 12th.
Okay. So I go have a conversation with my supervisor and I say, "Listen, I feel like everything going on with my dog, I'm either letting this team down or I'm letting," because I'm a social worker and we work in a group as a team through the ACT program. And so I'm either letting my team down or I'm letting my family down. And no matter what I do, I feel like I'm a failure right now. You guys ever have that point in life where no matter what decision you make, you're wrong, you're letting someone down and you're disappointing somebody? Obviously I need my job to be able to feed my family and pay my bills, but obviously I need to support my family. And so this was really difficult, where Dani's work was a lot more chill with the whole situation. So my supervisor's like, "Brandon," she's like, "We have a massive history of running short staff. We're used to running short staff. It's our baseline. Just take care of your family. As long as you use PTO and you're not taking time off and not using PTO to cover it." He's like, "I don't care." He's like, and I did tell my boss, I'm like, "Listen, at the end of the day, I'm always going to put my family first. It doesn't matter what is going on with work. I will always put my family first. That's just how it is. It is my responsibility to make sure my wife and kids are taken care of." So it's the top button and the bottom button on each side. So it's the bottom of the volume button.
Okay.
And then the other button on the other side. There you go. Christine, thank you so much for that follow. Also, guys, we are up to 7. We need 3 people to hit that follow button to get up to 10 followers for that live. I'd love to get to 10 followers in the next few minutes. So back to Bowser's story. So we get home. We rush Bowser Boy back to the doctor's office. And all right, guys, so Dani just sent me this picture. Ooh, that's not as good as the other one, but that's okay. We'll make it work. All right, guys, so here's what Bowser looked at after his first surgery. So this was Bowser Boy after his first surgery. You can see he's got the cone on. He's got all kinds of tubes and wires and devices connected to him. The thing on the left side is Bowser's drain tube, where it's draining out the infection. That's called a JPEG drain tube. And so that was there. So you could kind of just see it was just a hot mess express with him after his first surgery. So let me get rid of that. Give me just a second, guys. So then after his first surgery, look at the beautiful babies. He's dreaming, guys. He's chasing squirrels in his dream. So then we rush him back into the hospital. And again, like by the time they triage him in and they do everything, they're like, we'll call you back the next day. We'll do a CT scan and we'll kind of go from there. They call us back the next day and they said, we have to do what's called a revision surgery. So you guys can see the second surgery is
Here.
That's the first one.
This is the
and then they had to do a revision surgery. They said because the revision surgery is a revision, it's actually going to be cheaper. So it's only going to be like $5,000 for
if you bring him up here, like this was a chest tube. So
and then there was one
this was
above
a chest
that.
tube, and then there was a drain here.
There was a drain tube there and a chest tube there to where they drained out the infection for this beautiful babies.
And then, I don't remember if there was one.
Honey, he's sleeping.
There's no moving him. He's just toast.
Tell Mama to be nice, guys.
He's okay.
Tell her to be nice to the babies. So, at this point, they're like, we're going to have to go in and do a second revision surgery. He had an infection. There was technically a name for it, but he had an infection between, between the skin and the body wall is what it was.
The second time?
All 3 times.
The first surgery, remember, they had to go into the chest cavity to remove.
Yes.
They did the pinhole into the chest cavity to suction out. So they had to do pylothorax? Hypopyros? Something. Yeah. It was ultimately like a thorax of something, they kept calling it.
Basketball, thank you so much for that cone. Basketball, thank you so much for the heart me. Susie, thank you so much for that hand heart. Susie, we truly appreciate that. Welcome in, guys. Drop those states into that comment section. We are looking for 50 friends in 50 states. And continue tapping that screen. Taps are free, guys. We appreciate that. Tap sends it back out to TT land. And so let's see if we can get it to 10,000 likes. So please tap that screen. We truly, truly appreciate that. So at this point, they tell us they're going to do a revision surgery. So we took him down to the hospital Thursday night. They did the revision surgery Friday night. Saturday, we go and pick him up and we bring him home, and he comes home with drain tubes in. And so Danny's responsible. I can't even say we. Danny was responsible for emptying out the drain tubes. We had to follow like how much fluid was coming out, and then just kind of go from there. So everything's going well. Now at this point, the first surgery was $12,000. The second surgery was $5,000. And Saturday, we brought him home. Sunday, it's about 7, 8 o'clock at night. We're debating if we're going to go live. He's hot to the touch. He's not feeling well. He's limping again. Like everything's kind of starting to go bad again. And we're like, let's just go live and kind of see what happens. And throughout this process, guys, the wife has been right the whole time. The wife has been right pretty much this whole time about everything.
We have to have pretty much in there now. Like,
we have to put pretty much in there now. What?
Can I go play PlayStation?
Yes. So at that point, we're like, something's not right. Danny's like, I'm going to call the vet. We're live. She's like, I'm going to call the vet and trying to figure out because something's not right. Monkey Toes with that follow. Thank you so much.
Take a couple steps back. So leading up to that moment, there were things that I started to like hyperfixate on. Like we were getting the kids ready for bed and like he wouldn't get out of the dog bed. Like he would just lay there. And I had started noticing some swelling. We had tried convincing ourselves that it was just some edema on the side. So like there were things that started pointing to the infection.
So then like Danny calls the vet while we're live, and the vet's like, you need to go buy a thermometer, do a rectal thermometer, and then at that point, figure out if he has a temperature over 102.5, you need to bring him to us because he has the infections back. So Danny goes to buy a thermometer, like we're live, and all of a sudden you guys just hear me, excuse my language, guys, but you just hear me scream, fuck. And like the thermometer just hits 102, 103, 104, 105, and like it's just going up. And at that point, like, Danny pulls it out. She's like, end the live, we're leaving. And so it's crazy. Like we have to like throw the kids in the car, take them to Danny's mom and dad's, and rush them back down to Lansing. So then at this point, the next day, our surgeon calls us. Basketball Mom from Ohio. Thank you for dropping that state. Also, guys, we need 2 of you beautiful peoples in here to hit that follow button to give us 10 followers for that live. So if you're not already following us, hit that follow button. We would truly appreciate it. Welcome in Harley from Tennessee. Honey, you're the only 10 I see.
Woo-woo.
ooh, Vonda. Am I saying that right? Vonda, welcome in from Mississippi. Penny, welcome in. All right, guys. So now at this point, we are back to the vet. It is Sunday night, like it is late. And they basically tell us at this point they don't know what to do. And because his case is so convoluted, because he's already had 2 surgeries, like a lot of people wouldn't make decisions on his case. Like only the higher ups could make decisions on his case. So the next day, Dr. Adams, who's in charge of soft tissue surgery at MSU.
So I would note that they immediately hospitalized him to keep him stable until the team arrived.
Correct. And they started him on IV antibiotics, which were stronger than the oral antibiotics that he was on. And they started him on saline to reduce his temperature. So they did those 2 things while they were waiting for his team to come in and help support him the next day. All right, guys, we still need 2 people to hit that follow button. I would truly appreciate it. Let's get to 10 followers for the live so far. So then the team calls the next day and is like, listen, guys, like this shouldn't be happening. Like a second surgery is extremely rare, but a third surgery is almost unheard of. She's like, it's not that it doesn't happen, but it's almost unheard of. So we need you to get all the records from your previous doctor's appointment or doctor's vet office, send it to us. And this is where the story gets really good. So if you're in here, guys, I encourage not to leave because this is where the story is going to absolutely piss you off. Also, guys, if you haven't done so already, share the live with your friends that would truly enjoy a great story about a beautiful pup. So at this point, Dani gets all the information from our previous vet up here, emails them over, and then the head of like soft tissue, the head of radiology, and the head of the ICU all meet together and have like a round table to kind of figure out what to do with this beautiful baby. So they have a conversation and they look through all the things. And the neat thing about MSU, guys, is nobody oversteps. So everybody stays in their lane. Like an ICU doctor is not going to read radiographs. Like an ICU doctor, a surgeon's not going to read like the biology of like the biopsies and stuff like that.
They glance at them, but they wait for reports.
So yes, but nobody oversteps their lane. So then they read all the stuff and they're like, this puppy doesn't have hides. So Dani is talking to the surgeon because they're trying to look for as much information as they can get. And they're like, so just to let you guys know, like Bowser doesn't have hides. She's like, so what we think happened is because they misdiagnosed him, because they gave him just gabapentin and an anti-inflammatory, he had an infection for over 8 days that went septic because the previous misdiagnosed him and never ran labs. She's like, if they would have ran simple labs and seen that his white blood cell count was through the roof, they would have found out that he had an infection and not Hod's disease because all the symptoms present the exact same way. So Hod's and an infection present the exact same way. She's like, so what we think probably happened is like he got poked with a stick, a grass seed got in there, something got in there, some kind of foreign body got in there, burrowed its way in and caused an infection, and they missed it by not running labs. So at this point, we're furious. We're considering a lawsuit against the previous vet because, like, could have this been prevented? Like, could have we ran labs, started him on antibiotics, and just kept it moving? Like,
could the referral to MSU been done 8 days sooner?
Before he went septic and they had to go into the chest cavity. And so all this stuff is going. So mind you, the doctor's still not sure what's causing it. So they're like, we need family history. Like, does any of the other pups from this litter have any problems? We're like, nope. Like 4 or 5 of the other pups follow us on Facebook and like, they don't have any problems. And then it's like, we talk to the mom and dad of like Bowser all the time, like their owner, and they don't have any problems. Bella is actually Bowser's brother or Bowser's sister. So like we have bloodline in the house. She's got no problem. So there's no history of this being like a bloodline infection. They ran kidney functioning. They ran liver functioning. They ran lung functioning.
They kept doing CAT scans and ultrasounds.
Guys, let's drop in the chat right now. How much do you guys think a full body scan is for a 5.5-month-old boxer? Right now, drop in the chat. How much do you guys think a full body scan is for a puppy that's 5.5 months old? Vonda's like, wow, yeah. So it's very welcome in, Spider GP. Thank you guys for all those likes. We're over at 10K likes. The chick from Idaho says 1,200. Elaine says 3,000. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Kaylee says 7,000. Basketball says over 1,000. A few $100 at least. Pup 2023 says expensive. Lori says 1,000. Guys, a full body CT for this beautiful baby was $2,500. So just for them to run it, because they basically ran it from head to toe, the CT, to kind of figure out what was going on. $2,500 is what the full body CT was.
And to be honest, they had already run the day before. They had already run a CT of part of the body. So we just reran.
So they reran the full CT. So guys, remember at this point, the first surgery was $12,000. The second surgery was $4,000. The original vet appointment was $400. So then they tell us, like, listen, we're going to do a third surgery on the other side. Because now, I'm glad our vet care is in the area cheaper than most. That's good, chick from Idaho. That's great. So at this point, we're like the surgeon is like, we're going to have a third surgery. It's going to be on the other side. We're going to go in hard and we're going to go in fast and we're going to try to figure out what's going on because of his case and this being the third surgery. She's like, we're going to open him up farther than we normally would. So you guys could kind of see it's underneath. Right, honey, stop moving him. He's so comfortable. No, it's right here.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
You're on the wrong side. So the surgery goes basically from his front paw all the way to his back leg right there. And so they do the surgery. And at this point, the vet calls Dani and says, we have some really good news and we have some bad news. She's like, so the good news is we found a wall of tissue in there, which explains that at some point there was a foreign object. She's like, the bad news is we didn't find the foreign object. So they explain that dogs have this neat thing is anytime anything invades the body, that it builds tissue around that foreign object to wall it off so it can't move freely throughout the body. And so he's like, at some point, Bowser's body had walled off whatever the foreign object was. So we believe that this was the primary entry point of whatever.
Don't know where.
And so she's like, we cut out all that tissue and then they sent it in for biops. Obviously that came back later. The biops came back negative. They ran cultures of the fluid in there. That came back negative. So they ran cultures all 3 times to kind of see what infection was in there. The first time was the only time the cultures came back. It tested positive for the streptococcus virus. So at that point, he has the third surgery. They keep him inpatient for 2 days, basically because his case is so convoluted. We didn't want to bring him home like before we knew. And so then third surgery ended up being $8,000. And then he's had 2 follow-up appointments since then that were a couple $100. His meds just from yesterday's appointment were like $200 alone. And then fast forward, what was this, about a week ago? Maybe last Thursday?
It was last Sunday.
No, last Thursday.
Oh, that's right, because it was into Friday.
Dani called me thinking that there's fluid on him again, that we need to go back to the doctor. So we rushed him back down to the doctors. Come to find out, we were just kind of a little dramatic. This was the first time we were dramatic throughout this process. What we thought was fluid was just healing tissue fusing together, and he was completely fine. So at this point, we are now on Monday. He will be 21 days post his last surgery. He had a follow-up appointment with his primary care doctor yesterday and his soft tissue surgeon yesterday. And that went amazingly well. He is so happy. The seroma that he has is getting better day by day, which is truly, truly amazing. Guys, we are still 2 followers away from 10 followers for that live. So I truly appreciate if you guys hit that follow button. So he is doing, baby. He is doing so much better. He is so happy. Glipsy Heart said, yes, absolutely, he's worth it. Susie, have we found out if his case will be used in class? I don't know. Did you ever...
No, I forgot.
She forgot to ask that question.
That was amongst many things that did not come up yesterday because it was exhausting having both of them.
All right, guys, once we get to 15K likes, Dani will tell this story is hilarious. Dani will tell the story about Bowser and Bella at the vet yesterday and how it was just a train wreck. Elise from Arizona, welcome in. Thank you so much. Pamela with that follow. Pamela, we appreciate that. Tish with that follow. Thank you so much. Kaylee, nope. As long as we're with him and watch him, he does not have to wear his cone anymore. So that is truly amazing.
To do anything.
Elise, so we did discuss the neutering him. They said based on his case and everything going on, they want us to wait at least over 1 year before they would even consider doing it.
14 months would be ideal.
Kim, I'm so sorry to hear about that from your sister. We can't imagine. So our first boxer lived to be 12 and she kind of passed of old age. So we were okay with that. But Bowser, throughout this whole process, remember guys, he's just now 6 months old as of yesterday. So he's just a baby. And so it was our job as his paw parents to take care of him and provide the best level of care that we could for him. And so based on the appointment yesterday and everything that kind of happened, so far Bowser's care has been $26,000. Guys, say that. You got to say it with your chest. Say it real hard. $1,000 because it hurts. But he's a beautiful baby.
Every time we say it.
Stings a little. Guys, so he cost more than my car, and I think your car was what, 28? No, 20, 26?
No, it was 28.
Her car was 28. So we are 2K away from like her car. And she's got a newer Arcadia that we bought with like 12,000 miles on it. So he is an expensive baby. I've adopted a 6 months old German short hair on Monday. We've already getting insurance quotes for him. So chick from Idaho, I would definitely look into the insurance and see what they offer, because we looked into several insurances since this event happened, and kind of like the pet care, like they'll cover your bills, but you have to pay it back with zero interest, is kind of from our understanding.
So that's Care Link. So
Care
there's
Link.
different things. So I'm struggling to find a pet insurance. So a lot of them don't cover like emergency and things like that. Like that's ultimately why you would want pet insurance, because again, the everyday wellness care itself is not bad.
Like Bella goes to the vet like once a year to get checked out.
She won't go back until
and it's like
November,
$100 or $200.
Him, we walk through the door and we're dropping hundreds, but again, because it's a pre-existing condition at this point, insurance will do nothing for us.
Welcome in, Sarah from Illinois. Thank you, Sarah, for that follow. We truly appreciate that, guys. We are up to 11 followers. We always appreciate that. I finished my Christmas stuff tonight and made a Christmas tree. All right, guys. So yes. So look at this. We've got 1 Christmas tree. We've got 2 Christmas trees. We've got 3 Christmas trees. Thank you guys so much for all of that support. I told the wife, I'd like make it look like Christmas threw up in here. I was like, everything with Bowser, everything's been stressful. The kids have struggled. I have struggled. I've missed a bunch of work. She's missed a bunch of work. The kids had to leave school a couple days. Trish says, get insurance. The 2 is the best. Trish, if you're still in here, if you could send us a private message with the name of that insurance on there, we will take a look at it. Things get missed while we're live. So if you could just send us a private message with that, we would truly appreciate that. And we will definitely take a look into it. I thought my double D replacement at 10K was bad. Bless you guys. Thank you. We appreciate that. Elise, you're making stuffed peppers. That's good. My mom used to make stuffed peppers. It was bad. Bless you guys. Thank you. We appreciate that. Elise, you're making stuffed peppers. That's good. My mom used to make stuffed peppers. Also, guys, so this is for every link here is anybody that's either donated to like the GoFundMe, the Venmo, or the Cash App to support this beautiful baby throughout his surgery. So that you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41 donations have been made to either the Cash App, GoFundMe, or Venmo. Some of them are twice or 3 times that people had sent donations. We truly, truly appreciate that. Let's look at some of these names. Teresa has sent some. Sherry has sent some. Elaine, Chris, Haley, Christina CC, thank you so much. Galinda has. Guys, we truly appreciate and love all that support that you guys have given for this beautiful baby. I think all the loves and prayers has really meant so much for us throughout this process. We're wanting accident coverage for sure. Yes, chick from Idaho, I definitely encourage that. My sister-in-law is getting another boxer today. Oh, Kim, congratulations. I encourage that. So we got our previous boxer, as we said, Macy. She passed away at 12 years old. It was so hard on us. We waited a little bit, but the kids were so sad. We ended up getting Bella. And because we got a dog, Bella needed a dog. And so then we got Bowser. And let me tell y'all something about that second child, guys.
Feral.
So the first child is cute, cuddly, lovey, chill, doesn't really cause much problems. And then there's that second child. That second child's a demon, feral. That first child just kind of slowly lulls you to sleep and like everything's good, helpful, cuddly. And then this feral child has been just headache, heartache, gray beards, gray hair. And guys, it's not even just the surgeries and all the chaos with the infection. Like when he's not sedated, like he is feral, like running throughout the house, knocking the Christmas tree down, knocking things down. He just he is the definition of chaos. Kim, thank you so much for the help. Or Kim, thank you so much for that follow. We truly appreciate that. Melissa, hopefully that answered your question with Bros having his belly scope scared. Yeah, Haley, like all this thing has just been crazy. Did you make it the video yet? Elise, what video are you talking about? Yes. Vonda, yes, the exact same thing with that second child. And let me tell you guys a little bit about our second child. Our second child.
But even our human second
That's what I'm talking about. Let's tell the people a little bit about that second child.
So Matthew, pregnancy, disaster.
All right, guys, I'm going to hand the phone to Dani because for whatever reason, I am starving this morning and like my stomach actually hurts.
Okay, so Matthew, guys. So as of 6 weeks in utero, disaster, right?
Oh my goodness. Are you going to tell that story?
Well, no, I'm just going to give Cliff Note versions.
Hold on, look at me, guys. Speaking about lawsuits, guys, this is insane. Like this any woman that is in this chat right now, if you listen to this story, you will want to physically harm somebody. Like when I tell this story, so guys, my second job, I work in an ER, and I'm a social worker, so I screen people to determine if they go in for inpatient for crisis. So I work with a lot of ER doctors, a lot of like brilliant ER doctors. And when I tell them this story, like they're like, that's so not right. Like that's a lawsuit, all this stuff. I think you should tell the story. Tell the people the story because this is one of the most insane stories as a female you will ever hear your entire life. That's going to make you want to physically harm somebody. So I think once you get a few more likes, you should tell that story because it's insane.
All right, guys. Well, let's get up to 13,000 likes, and then I will tell my pregnancy story with Matthew. My whole problem. He is my human whole problem. Bowser is my fur whole problem. Matthew is my... Yes. And guys, seriously, like I said, 6 weeks in utero to current, he remains my whole problem. Health, chronic, sick, all the time. So... everybody tap that screen. Hang tight if you want to hear this story, guys. This is the reality of United States healthcare. Lord help us. He or she is so adorable. So Misty, this is Bella. She is our 2.5-year-old female boxer. And then this is Bowser, and he is our 6-month-old male boxer who has had so many surgeries the last few weeks. So, yes. All right, guys. Well, you guys held up your end of the deal here. You got to 13K. So, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see me for a hot moment so I can tell the story. So, guys, I ended up pregnant for Matthew. And about 6 weeks in, I had some spotting, which is completely traumatizing as a female because you know that you're not supposed to when you're pregnant. Now, to reflect back on it, I'd also had it for Peyton, but more so we rushed to the ER and they did vaginal ultrasound. They did labs, but we didn't have labs back yet. And they basically said I was miscarrying, and they gave me the medication Cytotec to like progress the miscarriage on. And then they send me home.
Mind you, like when they did that, like she went out there, she had a little bit of an energy drink because like obviously she wasn't drinking any of that while there. So luckily she didn't drink beer or anything else crazy.
Correct. So they send us home. So we come home. I took this medication. We are completely destroyed at this point. My OBGYN calls to follow up, to do like the follow-up appointment after you miscarry and determine if like a DNC needs to be done. So at this point, they say to me, have you passed any of the tissue? And I said, no, like nothing's happened. And so they call in the additional dose of Cytotec to basically terminate or to like push through the
dilate the cervix.
To push through the thing or the miscarriage, to continue to push it through so your body will like get rid of it. And Brandon goes to pick it up and they don't have it in stock. It is gone. Like they don't have it. Like it's going to be a couple days before we can get it. So at this point, fast forward, my OB calls me the next day
and wants to see you.
And she's like, we need to see you immediately. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, we got your labs back. She's like, your AC, what is it? The H,
whatever.
That number, pregnancy number, was elevating. It wasn't plummeting. It was elevating to basically say that, hey, you're still pregnant. So we get in there. She does a quick ultrasound. Yep, there's a heartbeat, but the heartbeat was slow. So at this point, they had concerns that the medication was slowly taking effect. It hadn't taken effect, but it was slowly taking effect. And they basically said over the next week, we could ultimately still lose the pregnancy. But at this moment in time, I was still pregnant.
So what failed to happen, guys, is that what they failed to do is that because this moron of a doctor in the ER was an ER doctor and not a OB doctor. And so because she was so short in her pregnancy, like 5 to 6 weeks, you can't find a heartbeat because a heartbeat doesn't exist in a baby at that time frame. So they misdiagnosed they misdiagnosed her with like having a
miscarriage when they should have waited for the lab results to show.
Or they should have sent her to the OB. And so from all the doctors I have talked to said that like that is such a specialist that they should have sent her up to the OB floor at that point.
Like we were at a hospital. They didn't even call my OB. My OB works at the hospital.
And the OB basically later on called and cursed them out, called them every name, and said, excuse my language, but this is exactly how the doctor said it. Don't ever treat another one of my fucking patients unless you call me. I don't care what time of day it is because you guys are ignorant and you almost killed this child because you are ignorant. And so at this point now we're like, oh crap, like what does this mean? Like she's still pregnant. Like, so now we're rethinking like our thought process of like, what does this look like?
So we had to wait a week. And it was the longest and scariest week of my life because, again, you're early enough along that you don't necessarily know you're pregnant. A lot of people don't even know they're pregnant that early on, but we did. And so were we going to have a heartbeat when we went back to the doctor? Were we going to end up having a miscarriage? And so ultimately, we get to that week. They do another ultrasound. He is doing great. His heart rate was back where it needed to be. There we have it. Fast forward to 16 weeks. And shit hit the fan again. You guys, I ended up with shingles, pregnant. You can't take anything. They figured it was from the stress of everything that had happened previously that caused the shingles. So I suffered from shingles for weeks.
Go ahead.
For weeks. Then we about got through shingles, and then I started having a bunch of dental and teeth issues. Ultimately, what happened is because he was taking everything nutrition-wise from me, that he started eating the calcium from my mouth.
So to back it up a little bit, basically the cytotech, and is that the right med? The cytotech basically didn't allow the placenta to fully attach to the uterine wall. So instead of nutrition,
started detaching it.
So instead of like the nutrition pulling from that, it pulled from her instead of pulling from like the sac in the uterus. And so, go ahead.
So I remember going to like my 16 week and Dr. Musabi looking at me and going, I don't care what you eat, but you need to eat it. Like if you want to eat, because at the time, like, was it Swedish fish that I was obsessed with? She's like, eat 12 bags of it and just throw in your prenatal. She's like, I don't even
That's what she said. She looked at me dead in the face. She's like, as long as she takes her prenatal, she can eat whatever she wants. I'm like, okay. But it was funny, like when she was pregnant, like she, I cannot believe how we got on this story. Like, but it's funny, like she wanted sherbet. So at like 11 o'clock at night, I went and bought like a big, like half gallon of sherbet and something else. She took one bite of it and we threw the rest of it away.
It was awful. So that was 16 weeks, 22 weeks. We went for our big, like, down to Lansing for like this big fetal growth scan thing, where then it started to show immediately that there was growth issues, and that progressed and it got worse. And we were going in weekly for stress tests, to every other day for growth scans, we got to 39 weeks and he was completely detaching from.
So at that point we wrote a letter to the hospital. The hospital agreed for their negligence that they would pay for what we thought was for all of his care. However, the hospital got shady. We should have sued the hospital, but they paid for his care while she was pregnant, but we thought it was going to pay for aftercare. They didn't, due to like the underdevelopment of everything with the uterus and all that stuff. Like she ended up, Matthew ended up having like an underdeveloped windpipe. He was smaller. It was just a train wreck. And since then, now he's grown out. He was born with trichomalacia. We've been down to Helen DeVos. He lived at, was Helen DeVos that we stayed at?
No, we were in Mount Pleasant.
No, what was Helen DeVos the one we stayed?
Helen DeVos.
We stayed at Helen DeVos for a few days. What are you coloring? So, Darla, what we do during each one of our lives, we fill out this map. So, we got 48 friends in here. I need 48 people to drop their states into that comment. So, whatever state you're currently living in, whether it's depression, anxiety, or if you're currently living in Florida, Michigan, or California, let us know what state you're currently in. Drop those states in that comment section. Let's see if we can fill out this map today, guys. Fill out the map. Everybody drop their states. We got 53 friends in here, and we need 2 people to hit that follow button to get us to 13 or 15K followers for the live. So you guys got 2 jobs. Drop your states 1, hit that follow button 2. I should have hooked up the computer and we could have.
We got Minnesota. We got
I got it. Hold up.
Oh.
We've got Brianna's from Washington. Michelle is from Massachusetts. Darlene's from Minnesota. Charlotte, is from Pennsylvania. We've got Taylor from Wisconsin. Chantil, I think I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, is from Virginia. Sue is from Ohio. Pamela's from Vermont. Grace is from California. Kayla's from Tennessee. Honey, you're the only 10 I see. Jody is from Georgia. Darla with that follow. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. Thanks, Pup23. We appreciate that. Again, guys, sorry we kind of got on that story.
And we digress.
We were just sharing about that second child being feral. Blue Eye is from Indiana. Welcome in. Dana is from New Mexico. Deb is from PA. Ocean's from the constant state of depression, anxiety, and feralness. I feel the feralness. Oh my gosh, Ocean, did you hear my story about how I most likely got in trouble at work yesterday?
I don't know if she was.
Baby, from New Mexico. Charlotte is from Alabama. Jody, we got you. Greg is from Arizona. Mikey is from Georgia. Welcome. Yes, you said my name. Like, yes. I struggle with names, guys. No, I missed it due to a phone call. All right, guys, let's get to 15K likes, and I'll tell you the story about I'm 95% sure I'm getting wrote up on Monday. So sometimes my impulse control and my ADHD gets the best of me, and I say things that I don't. Yes, Deb, we are in Central Michigan. Tap that screen, guys. Get us up to 15K likes, and I will share the story about how there's a solid chance I'm getting wrote up on going into work on Monday.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, you know? All right. Thank you guys for all dropping those states. This is our chains over here, guys, for anybody that's donated for Bowser's cause, his GoFundMe or anything like that. So we are filling out this chain, whether it is a $1 donation or whatever. Everybody gets a link in the chain because we appreciate and love all that support for Bowser Boy. So we truly, truly appreciate all those people that have donated so far to all of Bowser's care. Yes, tap that screen. Ocean says, sometimes you need to release the feral. Oh, Ocean, I did, and it came roaring out. And, we will see. He's hot because he was snuggling against me. Then he had a blanket on him. I would not worry about it at this point. So, he is just a beautiful baby. Bella, are you over there living your best life?
She's like, don't disrupt me. Don't disrupt me. Who else is feral?
Guys, I just dropped my food on the couch.
What are you eating?
Oatmeal. Guys, I just dropped food on my new couch. I'm very upset. All right, guys, keep tapping that screen. We are up to almost 15K. Oh, my God. And I will share that story because it's, I'm kind of scared to go into work on Monday. But, way I look at it,
now is not the time to call in because that'll just give him more fuel.
Sarah says Bella is beautiful. Isn't Bella beautiful? She is so majestic. The way I look at it on Monday, guys, worst case scenario, I get fired and I get to spend more time with you cool folks. Best case scenario, I got to go back and keep doing that job. So, there's pros and cons of both.
Yeah. I mean,
Darla, thank you. So, Darla, so that's 1. And then we have Christmas tree 2 here. And then we had Christmas 3 here. Deb says, I'm new here. What does Bowser have in surgery? So, Deb, Bowser actually had to have 3. So, guys, I'll tell my story in just a second. We're at 15K. So, Bowser actually has had to have 3 surgeries for basically infections in his body wall. Some foreign object had invaded his body, whether it was a stick that poked him in the backyard, a grass seed, he ate something. So, you could kind of see. So, the surgery on the left right there is his first surgery. His surgery on the right is his second surgery. And then underneath, you can kind of see the stitches like between where the white and black come together. That is his 3rd surgery. So he has spent a total of 17 days inpatient. He has spent 3 surgeries, had 4 different drain tubes, 3 drain tubes, a chest tube, feeding tube, the whole 9. And this baby's only just turned 6 months old. And so far, a total, it's cost us $26,000 to save him and keep him alive. So he's our baby. We're doing the best we can. It is definitely, he's the reason why we call him the whole problem. All right, guys, so my story. Ocean, are you still in here? Darla says you have a Grinch tree and says she loves the Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yes. What is your favorite Christmas tree out of the 3? I mean, I don't know. I struggle between this one because it's so extra and it's just all over the place, and I love that. But I also like the classic Christmas tree look. So if I had to,
that's where all the boys is like homemade ornaments and stuff.
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck between like if this big tree had all the classic Christmas tree and all the homemade stuff for the kids, I would probably say that like combination. But
I just don't have enough stuff.
It's like 50-50 between the two. How I feel about it. What is everyone's favorite Christmas tree out of the 3? Oh. Caitlin says, so what is everybody's favorite Christmas tree out of the 3? And then I will share my story. So what do you guys think? So we're going to call this Christmas tree 1. We're going to call this Christmas tree 2. And then this one out here is Christmas tree 3. So let us guys know what everybody's favorite is. Darla says, love all poor baby. Hope he gets better. Yes, poor baby. All right, Ocean.
Like them all.
Yes, Nate, Bowser's cone is off, and we're excited. As long as we supervise him, the cone can be off permanently. Prayers for recovery. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, we need one person to hit that follow button. If you haven't done so already, hit that follow button. We need one person to get us to 15 followers for this live. We truly appreciate that. Nate says 3. Deb says 3. Susie says 2. Jody 2. They're all beautiful, but mine's number 2. Vonda says 2. Taylor's 2. Caitlin's 2, all of them, but I pick 1, 2. Blue Eye Girl, thank you so much for that follow. We appreciate that. 2, 1, 2. So I feel like the consistent is 2. All right, guys. So yes, Ocean. So this is my story yesterday. So two of my female colleagues are decorating their desks, all cutesy like, because you know us guys don't do that, for Christmas. And I said, hey, if I give you some money, will you decorate the rest of our office with like Christmas stuff? And she's like, absolutely. Like her face lit up of like, hey, this dude's going to give me money and I got to go shopping. And so I'm like, I'll send you like $20 to your Cash App. I know it's not much, and go buy some stuff and decorate our office. And she's like, okay, cool. So then I start thinking, and I walk down to like, so in our office, we have like a building supervisor, which oversees everything. Like she's the bigwig. So she's in the other supervisor's office with our 2 lead staff in there. And I talked to her. I'm like, hey, do you think we can get petty cash to get money to decorate our office? Because our office was just plain and ugly. There's nothing on the walls, and there's no dividers in our office. It's literally just imagine like desk against the wall. Like there's just like 8 desks against the wall, and it's just kind of very ugly. And so I'm like, can we get petty cash? And she's like, no, use your own money. And I think she was joking, but you never know. I'm pretty sure she was joking. And so she's like, but no, we can't use petty cash on that. I'm like, okay, cool. And one of my colleagues is like, what do you mean you're decorating for Christmas already? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I already made Christmas throw up in I asked Dani to make Christmas throw up in my house because of everything going on with Bowser. We just want to, be positive. And so, kind of get in the Christmas spirit early. And so he's like, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. And he starts giving me crap. So then me not even thinking with these, 4 people of leadership standing in this room, I look at him dead in the face because it's a buddy of mine. And I said, you can eat a bag of Richards.
Short for Richard. Name short for Richard.
Name short for Richard. You guys know what I'm talking about. Help me out here. Name short for Richard. I was like, you can eat a bag of Richards. And everybody's face got mortified. Everybody turned beet red. And they're like, you can't say that. I'm like, I didn't mean to. I just kind of blurted out. And
I don't think it's you.
But that's me. That's just how I am. Like, I'm kind of feral, guys. I work hard. Yes, thanks, Harley girl, for that. Yes, exactly. You can eat a bag of those. Eggplants. That's what we can say. I told him you can eat a bag of eggplants. People stormed out of the office. People got mad. I'm pretty sure I'm getting rode up. It is what it is. Like, you can't take it back. So I'm slightly perseverating on it, and it's kind of terrifying, but it is what it is. at this point. I can't imagine I'm going to get fired because I work way too hard and I make the company way too much money. I'm one of two people that work. Actually, I have the highest seniority for clinicians there. And I'm one of two people there that's ever met productivity standards every single month that they worked there. So, well, Ocean, and the funny story is a friend of mine actually just got wrote up last week. The other person that's always met productivity standards, then...
Either they're trying to make like examples out of you.
Yes, because I don't know. Like I imagine it's going to be like a talking to and like a verbal warning or something like that. I definitely don't think it's going to go untalked to. Faith, Bowser is not fixed, so he can't get fixed until he's at least 6 months old. And with all of his surgeries, they can't get fixed at least 12 months old. But with all of his surgeries and events, they want him to be at least 14 months old before. Sarah says, tell your wife she is beautiful and pretty, and I love her outfit.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. She's got her Saturday morning homeless clothes on, so she's doing her best.
Just jealous you can't rock the home.
Faith, welcome in from Oregon. Thank you so much for dropping that state, guys. We need one person to hit that follow button to give us 15 follow for the live. Ocean says, I doubt you're going to get more than talking to. Ocean, we'll see. Like, the look of, like, mortified was crazy. Craft, you're 2 weeks behind. 2 weeks behind what?
Decorating, maybe? I can't believe how many people
are
decorating.
Kaylee says, so what was the story yesterday? No, we haven't told that, Kaylee. I forgot.
No.
All right, you want to tell the story? Because we meant to tell that way earlier.
Yeah. So,
Crafty. Okay.
So, you guys have to remember that Bowser's pretty famous down there. And so, this all started on Thursday when I got the follow-up call, or like the reminder call from the vet. And the vet says to me, we're super anxious and super excited to meet Bowser, right? Because everybody at MSU knows Bowser by this point.
The doctors and residents fight over him.
Yes, like they love when he comes in. Like we walk in yesterday and everybody's like, hey Bowser, hey buddy, oh, is this sister? Like, so just super engaged. And so...
Mind you, like 2 or 3 of like the resident doctors follow us on here now.
Do. Well, I think there's probably more than that by now. And so... we're in a room, and I let Bella and Bowser kind of both go. The vet tech is in there kind of getting doing her thing. Vet comes in. They take Bella out to do, like, her exam and her shots. Because that's one thing that's different from, like, our previous vet is, like, they take them out, and then they come back and talk to you, which was okay. So they come back in, and they're just, like, gloating on how beautiful she is and how perfect she is. And she is just wonderful, and she's a doll, and all these things. In the same sentence, they, like, view their eyes down and just look at him and go, and then there's you. And I'm like,
hi, it's
not
me.
Wrong.
I'm the problem. It's me.
And so then the vet goes on to, like, get her all situated. They start examining him, and he, you guys, is literally out of control. He is jumping over people. He's up in the chairs, he's off the chairs, he's through the room, he's running, and she's like, I'm gonna take him for a shot, and then Dr. Adam and I will come back and talk to you. They bring back in, and Dr. Adam is laughing at this point. She's just like...
So mind you, you guys have to understand, like, Dr. Adam is like our surgeon that did all 3 surgeons. Dr. Adam's like, if I didn't speak to it, mind you, there's so many nice people that work at MSU, but if I didn't speak to another doctor that wasn't named Dr. Adams, I would be okay with that because...
If she's the only person I ever talk to ever again.
Like, she's just, I don't know what it is about her personality, the way she talks to you, the way she's respectful.
She's real. Like, and I think that's it. She's real.
And again, everybody has been truly, truly amazing to us. But Dr. Adams is just the person I personally feel most comfortable with.
I do too. Like, absolutely. Like, she's the person, regardless of where we're at, like, I'm going to want to talk to her.
When we call the doctors about something, like, we call and request to speak to Dr. Adams, not anybody else.
Right.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting your story.
And so they just come in. And again, Dr. Adams is on the floor, like, feeling his incisions and stuff. And we're talking about baths and doing all, all the things. And she looks at me and she goes, we have to settle him down. Like, he's not going to heal. And I was like, what are we going to do then?
Has anybody else in here have a boxer puppy? Have you guys ever tried to settle down a 6-month-old boxer puppy? It is impossible.
He was over the freaking top.
Darla, you're listening to Christmas music. We were listening to Christmas music on the live the few other days. Austin said you might get a verbal yes.
Yeah, and so I've got him literally acting feral in there because
he knows everybody. He's happy. He loves it in there. And you've got.
Hold on just a second. I want to be rude. Vonda, if you're still in here, she says, I got to run, but prayers for quick recovery. Thanks, Vonda. We truly appreciate that. Guys, if you haven't done so already, you can also head over and watch some of Bowser's stories. So, like, we've documented the story throughout this. So one of the things we've tried to do is just make as many videos over 1 minute long. And if people watch those videos, it really helps tell TT to send them back to the For You page. And then it allows this platform to pay for part of his stuff. So I know it seems like a small amount, but through videos throughout this process, we've probably made, what, like $300, $400? Yeah. So it's not a lot, but again, like his most recent visit was like $500. So like if we could just, even the videos cover like a visit or here and there, it really, really helps. It doesn't cost anything. So guys, if you guys ever see any of our videos on the For You page, please just watch the entire thing. And we would truly, truly, truly appreciate that, because allow TT to help pay for some of this beautiful pup's recovery.
Yes. And so we go to leave. I mean, you got like, she just like scared to death. Scared to death. To be shaking. And you got this one like jumping all over. Wanting to greet.
Can you do that again? Let's look at her. She's prancing, guys.
And like wanting to greet the receptionist. Like just completely just.
Feral.
I looked at Peyton and I'm like, I'm sweating.
So luckily our oldest son went with us, who's 8, and he was able to help out because there's no way she could have took them by herself.
Hello.
Matthew, it's 12:30. You still got a couple hours, buddy.
He did a great job too. Like he did phenomenal.
Faith wants to know where you got the decorations from. Hobby Lobby with some of them.
Majority of them are Hobby Lobby, Amazon. But
Blue-
majority of them are Hobby Lobby.
Blue Eyes, they are both purebred boxers. From our understanding from our breeder is that they are half American, half European. That's my maiden name is Adams. We've left the vet a few times not bonding with our dogs.
Yeah, like I think that's so key. Like they always say, you know, like, oh, we've had so many comments lately of like, oh my God, he's going to absolutely hate going to the vet now, or he's going to be scared to death. No, he loves it. He loves them. But again, like they greet him. Like we were putting him on the scale yesterday and 3 doctors walked by and they're like, hey, Bowser.
I hate that he's famous at the doctor's office. Shinorki, thank you so much for that follow. Hopefully I said your name right. We appreciate that. Yes, KO Heather. So Bowser's on new meds, and he is snowed right now. Susie, thank you for that FYP. We appreciate that. Susie with that heart, me, thank you so much. Poppy is 5 and almost forced me to face plant into the concrete yesterday. So the feralness continues. So Ocean, I'm kind of thinking like maybe, I don't know, because even Macy at 12 years old was partially feral. So we'll just kind of have to see what happened. Sue, thank you so much for that rose. We truly, truly appreciate that. Sue with that team bracelet, thank you so much. I don't have boxers, but I have pits, and my pits are crazy. Yes. Chantil, I imagine like having 3 pits, and I love pits. Like before we got Bella, I wanted a pit. I think blue nose pits might arguably be the most beautiful dogs in the world. However, like Dani's mom takes the pups when we go out of town and stuff, and her insurance she runs a state certified daycare. I think that's what it's called.
State licensed
daycare. That's what I was looking for. And her licensing wouldn't allow a pit. So we weren't able to get a pit bull.
It's hard enough keeping them like their paperwork to keep them allowed to be able to go there.
Kate, hi, welcome in, Kate. KO says, at least you got the right dog, Brandon. And KO Heather, that is it. Like this, like Bowser's energy matches me 100%. Like he is me. Like I am feral. Like I am all over the place. I am the problem. Like he acts just like me. He acts just like Peyton. And so it's this whole process with this baby boy has been awful yet amazing. Like Bowser has bonded with so much to everybody in this family. And it's like a couple weeks ago, we took his cone off so we could snuggle. And this is in the beginning when we started taking his cone off. And
last weekend, wasn't it?
I think it was longer than that. And like we went to put the cone back on, and our youngest just started like sobbing. She's like, I don't want the cone back to go on. Like, I am over this. I am so tired of this. And so it just goes to really show how hard this has really been on the kids and like how much they truly love him. Like the kids love Bella, but Bowser's just different. Like for whatever reason it is, he's just different with both the boys.
They're older and they've been able to participate so much more with like him.
Taking care of him. Yep. And Bella's a problem because she is such a daddy's girl and she just wants me and she wants to sleep with me. Where Bowser doesn't care. He's an equal opportunity lover for everybody.
Whoever will love him.
Whoever will love him, he will love you back. Like
Bella will not.
he is unconditional love. Where Bella just pretty much wants, like if dad's not home, she'll go to other people. But if dad's home, like she only wants dad.
We're her backup human.
Yes, you're the backup to the backup. Like I'm 1A and B.
So it's like it's Brandon, Peyton, Matthew, Mom. Unless Mom is in bed.
And then with Bowser, it's dad, mom, Peyton. Everybody's 1A. Like he does not discriminate. Like it's whoever's going to love him the most at the time. So
unless you have food.
Unless you have food.
Then that person becomes the priority.
Yes. Or you're in the kitchen and he thinks you're going to make food. Or if you're in the bedroom and he thinks you have food. So he's really food driven. Like everything's about food with this guy.
The bathroom just in case you may have food in there.
So just a perfect example this morning, Dani, because she wanted some of the meds to be absorbed, she was giving the pups blueberry pancakes. And so Bowser's just devouring it, not even chewing. Bella takes the first one, spits it on the floor. Bowser eats it. Bella gets the second one, spits it on the floor. Like this isn't good enough for her.
Bowser's eating them.
Bowser eats it. So then because
I get in trouble from Brandon because I'm not being patient enough with her.
And so the third one, Dani finally gives it to her and she eats it. But I think she only ate it because Bowser ate it.
Yes.
And so she didn't really want it, but she's bougie like that. But because her brother ate it, she ate it.
Probably because it wasn't warmed up or there wasn't syrup on it. You guys, you have no...
You want to text your sister and say, yes, you're fine, we're live. She just texted me and said, are you okay? Like, is there a reason you wouldn't be okay?
Did she call me?
No. Are you pregnant?
Are you sure?
Are you pregnant? And we don't know? Like, is that something I'm missing? Huh?
No, God, no.
No? All right. I totally understand what you mean. I don't go on vacation. Chantil, so for us, it's like, we don't go very often, and we do have like a kennel that does great, but it's just like, even if we want to just do like an overnight somewhere, it's just nice to be able to have somewhere to live. I've had 5 boxes. Oh my gosh, Jody, don't bring that negativity in here. I'm so sorry to hear about that, but I couldn't imagine that. So this is our second and third child. I have only ever had a brindle fawn white boxer. Your babies are beautiful. Thanks, Crafty. I truly appreciate it. Welcome in, Jamie, our friend Jamie from Alabama. Jamie's also one of those people that are up here on this beautiful wall that have donated to either the GoFundMe or Venmo that have helped with Bowser's care. I think on the GoFundMe, we've raised almost $1,500. I think total so far.
She just hadn't heard from me.
Huh?
She just hadn't heard from me.
Who?
Katie.
Oh, okay. See, you guys remember yesterday when I was telling her that they're codependent, that they start calling each other like 7 o'clock in the morning? That's what I mean.
I thought you responded to her. Maybe I didn't respond to her.
So yes, guys, I think total we've probably raised about $1,700 for Bowser's care, which every dollar helps at this point, especially when we said like, it's been $26,000 for his care. So we truly appreciate and love all of that support for everybody.
My heart.
Faith says, I wish I could visit them. Faith, so many people have said that. Like we start to create like an idea of how we could do like a meet and greet with everybody. I just don't know what that would look like. Amy, thank you so much for that. Heart me. Cindy says, how he doing? Cindy, if you're still in here, I don't understand your comment. Put it in again. Jamie, thank you so much for that. Heart me. Ashley's laughing. She hesitated to answer that. Yes. Oh, Ashley's laughing. Guys, and everybody that knows about my ADHD is like, I'll ask a question, y'all will answer it. By the time I get to the answers, I forget what the question was. Yeah, you hesitated to ask that question, huh?
Because we know that is not what this family needs right now, Lord.
Guys, it's funny because about a year ago, I really wanted a third, and she was not feeling it at all. Then we ended up with this problem child, and everybody's like, nope, pump the brakes. All right, guys, I need 4 of you beautiful folks to hit that follow button to give us 20 followers for that live. We'd truly appreciate to be able to get to 20. We would love and appreciate all of that support.
Matthew nearly killed me.
Correct. Literally.
Literally.
Figuratively. Nope, literally. Just literally.
He's still almost killing me.
He is feral, guys. There's that problem child. Anybody else in here got that second child and they're just completely feral and they're just completely causing chaos?
Academically smart.
Brilliant. Guys, he's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Just one student a month for the second time this year.
Health-wise, no, last year he won.
Oh, he won last year. So he's one student of the month every year so far.
But health-wise, like, I can't keep up with him. Like, pray nothing ever happens to me, and Brandon has to be responsible for his health.
I actually, Danny and I got in a huge argument a few years ago, about a year or two ago. And I was like, listen, I know nothing about this. I'm like, I'm going to need you to write this down for me. Like all of his meds that he's on, all of the name of his doctor's appointments, his specialist, like, because kind of we've set up like our roles in our family. Like I don't have brain capacity for that because up until like the last 3 months where I really started focusing on my physical health, because I had gained, guys, not even joking you, I'd gained like almost 70 pounds over like the last year and a half because I was focusing on our business. And so Danny does everything at home while I was working 60, 70, 80 hours a week focusing on growing our business. And so like I had 5 jobs, not even joking, guys, 5 jobs. So I worked as my primary job as an ACT case manager. My second job, I carried additional responsibilities in our other program that was paid at a per diem. My third job, I worked at the hospital nights and weekends to screen people for crisis. My fourth job, I had my real estate license, so I helped sell houses. And then my fifth job, we ran like our social media and then like the properties that we manage. And so I guess you could say it's like 6. So like I was just doing all that. So she does all the medical appointments because her job's a lot more flexible. My best friend does the same thing. Every time her husband brings up having another baby, she gets a... Okay, Heather, you didn't finish your thought.
It's probably sending. It takes a minute.
It's buffering.
Gets a...
Lisa, welcome in. How are you doing today, Lisa? All right, guys, if you haven't done so already, we still need 4 of you beautiful folks to hit that follow button. Also, guys, if anybody wants to add us on IG, it's Bella the Boxer 623. Head over, hit that follow button there. I would really love to start building that platform and get up to 10K, another puppy. So, guys, actually, funny story about getting another puppy. The wife made me put a fence in the backyard before she would allow me to get the second puppy. So this just kind of goes into like the train wreck that has been like the last few years, or last like 6 months for us. So we had some money saved up, so we were excited. Like, okay, we'll put a fence in. So the new fence cost 12 grand. Like, ouch. But again, she wanted that so the pups could run freely. Then Danny's transmission blew on her car, which forced us to get a new car. We had to put 10K down on that. Then all of Bowser stuff has happened, and that's been 26K.
We had a tenant
destroy one of our properties. That was another 12K. It has just been like a train wreck of like 6 months. I told her like we're eating ramens and hot dogs for the rest of the year.
No, we are not.
Ramens and hot dogs. How's Bowser recovery doing? I haven't caught alive in a few days. Tiffany, he is doing truly amazing. He had his follow-up appointment yesterday, and basically Bella had to go too. Basically, they said Bella's a beautiful princess and Bowser's the whole problem is what it came down to. He acted completely feral at the vet, jumped around, acted a fool. So they added additional sedation medications, and that is why he's zonked right now. So,
He's been zonked.
And he's been zonked for hours.
That's that.
That's that. Mac and cheese and tuna and peas.
Yo.
Yes, Tiffany. Yeah, tuna's cheap. I used to eat tons of... See, guys, the difference between Dani and I is, and this is funny, I always give her a hard time, like, I grew up HUD housing and food stamps poor. Like, I grew up like poor. Like, poor. Like, poor. Like, my mom did her best raising 3 kids by herself. And Dani grew up with a loving family with the white picket fence. You know,
did not have a white picket fence.
Two parents in the household. It was great. You know, just truly great family. And so completely different. Mom got up, made breakfast in the morning, got them off to school. It was all pretty. My mom
worked from home.
My mom got up and watched yoga and
chair
aerobics while watching what is something I could say that's not going to get me bananaed?
Eating a sandwich.
You guys get the reference of eating a sandwich?
From How I Met Your Mother?
From How I Met Your Mother. She would eat a sandwich every morning and did the best she could. Completely different lives. So a little bit of ramen and ballpark franks won't hurt anybody. Guys, SpaghettiOs was like a staple of my diet because they were cheap back in the day. My kids tried SpaghettiOs one time and now won't touch them. They only eat real spaghetti. So it's kind of funny. Like, we grew up completely different. My mom is a rock star. She is a real MVP. She's a real hero. Like to this day, my mom's old, decrepit, her body's giving out, and she's still my hero. And I'm actually still scared of her. I still believe she could kick my ass.
I believe it.
How long does he have to be on meds? So Chantel, he goes back to the doctors when?
Not for 4 weeks. So the seroma has to completely absorb, and then we have to wait a week because to allow everything to kind of finish healing.
So he could be off meds before we go back to the doctors, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I didn't know that. Guys, this is new information I'm learning as of today.
Basically using my judgment.
And they have him on clonidine and then another like ace promazone med, and we have to determine which one he should be on.
He's on ACE right now, and I'm not liking it.
He can't take both. He can have one or the other, but just basically to help with that sedation. But hey, guys, we've been on for like an hour and 40 minutes. We appreciate all that love and support. You guys have been truly amazing. Here in a little bit, I will download the live and post it on our YouTube channel. If you guys haven't followed us on YouTube, the link is in our bio here. Head over, follow that on YouTube, and you guys can watch all of the lives or any of the replays over there. We're trying to get that watch time up on YouTube as we need 4,000 watched hours. So any of you beautiful folks could just go to your computer, phone, whatever, play it in the background, let the whole video play for like 2 hours. I would truly, 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 truly appreciate that. I've even considered doing some kind of like $10 drawing for people who watch the video, but there's no way to keep people honest. So, but I really want to, YouTube has been the bane of my existence, but I really want to try to get that watch time up. So if you haven't done so already, go subscribe to that YouTube channel. You guys have an amazing day. I'm going to get caught up in the comments, and then we are going to do the dip. I love Saturday morning lives. I always get my kitchen cleaned while watching. Thanks, Susie. We appreciate that. Susie, and I'm going to send you a message as soon as this live's over. Because I do truly appreciate and love all that support. It is truly amazing. Kraft says Ace is strong. Absolutely praying for a speedy recovery. Thanks, Blue Eye. We appreciate that. And all those prayers that people sent out, please continue doing that. I truly appreciate that. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I meant to end the live, but I got to say this. So for those that don't know me, I am not the most religious person. However, one of my friends is extremely religious. And so I had a conversation with him the other day. And so I kind of asked him because we had some negative comments about me asking for prayers like in the comment section. And so I wanted to be educated on this. And he's like fairly, religious person, and I respect that. So I kind of asked him about it, and him and I had a really good religious question about like the whole process of praying and stuff like that. So one of the things he did is challenged me to pray not only in the bad times, but in the good times too, and for saying thanks. So I've caught myself throughout the day actually just saying thanks for like Bowser's recovery and for the people in this community, and just all the other kind of good stuff that I've gone on in my life. So it's just kind of been neat how things have changed. So I just want to share that last little bit of a story with you guys. Rosie, thank you so much for those 25 team bracelets. Rosie from Alaska, thank you. We got Alaska colored in. We truly appreciate that. Thanks, Chantel. Hey, Miss Brittany, we're about to end the live. So you guys have an amazing day. I don't know what it's going to look like. The kids are going to go over to Nana's here soon. I might hop on YouTube. I might go work out. I don't know what the day is going to look like, but you guys have an amazing day. Yes, Elise, we will be live tonight, but I'm not sure what time or what it's going to look like. We might make cake for Bowser for his half birthday. I don't know, but we're going to do something. So you guys have an amazing day. We will catch all you cool peeps later. Bye.
Bye.